guest on the program this morning. Like you know, the program is Weekend Diary, and we're live from the studios of the NTA Channel 5 at Ekiti. We're discussing the review of Ekiti State 2026 governorship election, just like we had it last week. What are the lessons learned? With me in the studios, I have Barrister Rita Ilavere, Executive Director, Gender Relevance Initiative Promotion Group. She's coming from the CSO, civil society organization. I knew you were on ground all through. You were prepared for the election. Now it has come and gone. Congratulations and welcome to the program.
Thank you, Amaka.
All right. I also have with me in the studios Honorable Victor Urewolede, a full-time member, Urban Renewal Agency, Ekiti State. It's good to see you again on Weekend Diary, sir.
Thank you, Amaka.
All right. Okay. Barrister Rita would be starting with you. I knew coming from the CSO, you were prepared. So many of your people were on ground. You also monitored. How did it go where you monitored? Were you satisfied? Were there surprises? What's your general review of the election?
Thank you very much. First of all, thank you for having me on today. Election is not just about the election day. Prior to the election, we've been on ground, we've been working, we've been sensitizing people, we've been engaging, we've been allowing citizens to know that election is a civic right and everybody who is eligible from 18 years and above and who has their voter card should participate. Yes, I observed the election, but I was in the situation room, I was not on the field. I was in the Nigeria Civil Society situation room, in collaboration with Clean Foundation, and I was receiving reports for over 200 observers deployed by the Nigeria Civil Society situation. Generally, from the statement that the situation room has, the statement from the Nigeria Civil Society situation room, and specifically from Clean Foundation, which I greet my organization, specifically partner, the election were largely peaceful to an extent.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Let me throw the same question to you, Honorable Victor. Were there surprises? Did you? Okay. I know you were in your ward. You went to vote also. How did it go where you were?
Well, thank you for that question. The election has come and it has gone with the incumbent governor, His Excellency Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji, emerging the winner of the contest with the high votes ever recorded, the highest vote ever recorded of 319,224. And I was in my ward at Itapa Osin ward 10, unit 10, to cast my vote. The election was peaceful that very day because we have security agents, about 4 of them. In my polling unit alone, we have 3 policemen and 1 civil defense. We have the INEC officials who are 3 in numbers. They came and they conducted the election accordingly, according to the INEC rules and regulation. So, and voters were to identify their names on the list. And when you identify it, then you come for the proper electronic examination or screening rather. So after which you are being given the ballot papers in order to go and cast your votes. So I would rather say that the election was so very peaceful because there is no any record of casualty, violence, or whatsoever, all true. And how it happens in my own ward is what we experience all over Ekiti, because I'm there communicating my other colleagues from other local government, from their units, to know what exactly was going. Even within Ado, that is the capital city, it was so very peaceful. And even an election that, because my town is along Ikole axis, so for the first time I've ever experienced that even heavy trucks were going. So they were not disturbed. So there was movement of vehicle, heavy trucks. They are big, interstate journey. So they were not disturbed, and it has never happened like that before. So it's just another proof that the election was peaceful. Because if it wasn't peaceful, those travelers, I mean, would have been attacked or delayed somehow, somehow. So that's just it.
All right, thank you very much. Barrister Rita, from the reports you got when you were in the petition, were there reports of violence, no matter how small? Was there any reports of any
From
violence?
the situation room, I was there from the beginning to the end. There was no incident of violence reported by the over 200 observers that the situation room deployed across the state. There was none. What rather that I were happy about was the turnout of voters,
Wow.
especially women. We had reports of women who strapped their babies in their back. We have reports of aged women. We have the reports of persons with disabilities. And that's kudos to INEC, because before the election they have said that they will comply with the electoral act on priority votes. That's pregnant women,
Mm-hmm.
aged persons, persons with disabilities. All that were complied with. A report that particularly struck me was the report that came from our observer in the college. I cannot readily mention the polling unit now. That in that unit, the beavers ran down, and
Okay.
citizens were so eager to vote that somebody went to citizens went to bring generator
Resistance, yeah.
because they
Wow.
insisted that they would vote. As at 5 p.m., citizens were still eager that they would vote, and among these citizens were women who were saying they must cast
Yeah,
their
yeah.
vote. I think that's a win for democracy. Everybody is eager to vote now to ensure that they participate.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, back to you, Honorable Victor. Let's talk about other stakeholders, the police, the INEC, the political parties. Let's start from the police. You already said that they were on ground in your polling units and they maintained peace and order. Then INEC, how was the performance? Like what Barrister Rita just said. You know, there were situations that the beavers or the whatever was not working and other. Did you experience that, or did you get any report of that? And what later became the outcome? Were people disenfranchised, or they were able to vote?
Well, in my own ward,
So if you go
the
to
Takwaosin ward,
the
in
Chinese
Oyo local government,
practice some of those
uh,
things right
the
and
beavers
in
machine
the
were
Yeah.
working appropriately all through, except for a unit where I got an information that is somehow slow, and I thought maybe it was because of the location. The signal might be fluctuating.
Okay.
So, and we have to encourage them that they should relax, that they should be patient. So, along the line, after the election, I just thought that there is no one that was differentiated. The franchise that I mean of voting. So I think that around that 2:30 we have ended up voting all through according to information that went around, because people came very early and they lined up and they were doing so. That indicated that the BVS machine was working appropriately.
All
So
right.
that's the situation in my
All right,
ward.
thank you very much. Okay, Barrister, back to you. Let's also look at the roles of other stakeholders, like I asked Honorable Victor, the police, the INEC, the political parties. Let's start from INEC. You know, years before now, we have always gotten complaints of beavers mentioned not working, maybe the INEC officials not getting to the polling unit on time, and all of those kind of complaints. How did it go this time? Was it lesser? Then we also got reports of pockets of beavers not working adequately. So, what's your thoughts on all of those?
Okay, thank you very much. From the report from the observer from the field that we are monitoring at the back end, I will give kudos to INEC, because the report shows that between 7 and 8, most of the materials arrive at the polling unit that our observers observe, and
Okay.
by 8 o'clock, voting has commenced in almost all the polling units that are observers observed. So I would really give INEC kudos. We didn't have any report from the back end that there was anything unprofessional that INEC did. And another one that I would like to flag is the conduct of the security. Specifically, my own job of the monitoring was to focus on the conduct of the security.
Security, okay.
And I want to also give it to the security too, that all the observation that came concerning the security, they were very professional. They did their job very well. That cut across all the there is no unit that we observed that report came that anybody was dissatisfied.
Wow, that's nice. Okay, thank you very much. Let's talk about political parties, other political parties, their agents, and all that. In your polling units, how was the conduct? Were there protestations? Maybe we are not getting what we're supposed to get, and all that. How did it go from your unit and from the report you got from other units?
Yeah. Well, from my units and all the reports I got all around while the election was in progress, uh, the APC has their agent in all the over 2,000 polling units
Okay.
that are in Ekiti. And the PDP likewise have, not in all,
Okay.
but the worst was that of the ADC.
Okay.
So they don't have
Enough
agents.
agents.
They don't, not enough. They don't have agents in majority of the polling units, and that's why after the election, when the governorship candidate of the APC, I watched it myself. I watched him on channels television, where he was showing his grievances and complaining about irregularities and all that others, which could be as a result of his debacle in the process. So, which I quite understood that could happen. But all his allegations are flimsy and misleading. Because how will you expect someone who doesn't have uh, agents in majority of the polling unit and you are aspiring to win an election? It can't be possible. So, and the same thing applicable to the BDP in majority of the places. And do you know this election that we have just been conducted, the leadership of the party PDP, they are in collaboration with the ruling party APC. Governor Ayo Fayose, everybody knew that he supported Governor Biodun Abayomi Oyebanje, and he's a grassrooter. So he's the one who is the leader, supreme leader of the PDP. So since he has thrown his strength behind Governor Biodun Abayomi Oyebanje, so that made it impossible for the PDP candidate to garner the required numbers of agents in all the polling units. We have all the records and the information. So that is just it. So only APC has agent in all the polling units across the state. And I thought that that has been a very great factor behind the huge success that the APC and Governor Biodun Oyebanje, the candidate, secured in the victory in the last poll.
All right, thank you very much. Barrister Rita, I would like that you respond to this from this angle first. Some persons, people who contested the election, some are showing their grievances, some are protesting, some are saying that there were irregularities. How can you respond to this?
Well, first of all, I have to say that election is a conflict, but it's a regulated conflict. Then what is conflict? Conflict is a relationship between two or more people who have or believe they have incompatible goals. And what is incompatible goals here? APC wants to become the governor, PDP wants to become the governor, ADC, likewise all the parties. But we must have to understand that everybody cannot win. I would just like to advise our political parties that we should have spirit of sportsmanship. We are happy that this conflict is inevitable, but the way we respond to conflict is determine outcome for citizens and for the elections. Everybody cannot win. If you do not win this time around, you can win the other time. I sit boldly here to say I was not in all the polling units, but from the organization that we monitor, over 200 election observers were there, and none of them reported that there was irregularity anywhere. The statement for the Nigeria Civil Society Situation Room is in the public domain. That of Clean Foundation is in the public domain. So I would like to plead up anyway for somebody to air grievances is within their constitutional right, and they have laid down rules and procedure to ensure that you ventilate your whatever your dissatisfaction, whatever you are not satisfied with. We have enjoyed peace so far. I would just like to advise those who are dissatisfied with the outcome of this election is their constitutional right. They should follow the laid down procedure to ventilate whatever dissatisfaction that they have. But I, who was on the field before, during, and after this election, there was nothing on ground to suggest from the report we got from the field there was any irregularity, either from political party, either from INEC, or from the conduct of the security.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, it's time for us to take a very short break. When we return from that break, Honorable Victor, there's something I'll be asking you. Part of the things that those who are saying that there were irregularities were complaining about, I would ask that. Okay, maybe when I come back, I'll ask you the question properly so that you can respond to that. It's time for us to take a very short break. Oh, we'll be right back. Please don't go anywhere. Your favorite weekend breakfast show, Weekend Diary on NTA at Drake to your choice station, is now repackaged, repositioned, and reinvigorated to serve you better. Weekend Diary is informative, educative, and entertaining. It is out to add colors to your weekend. The captivating program comes up every Saturday. Time 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. on NTA at Drake Channel 5. You can also join us on Start Times Channel 103 or on Facebook NTA at Drake. For advertisement and sponsorship, please visit the Nigerian Television Authority in Ilawe Road at Dwekiti. You can call Samuel on 0706 297 05. Weekend Diary, your ever-pleasing weekend breakfast show. Welcome back from that break. If you just joined us, the program is Weekend Diary on NTA Channel 5 at Dwekiti. Remember, we are also on YouTube and Facebook, NTA at Dwekiti Live. You can watch the previous episodes of this program on our Facebook page, NTA at Dwekiti Live. Before we went for that break, if you just joined us, the program is Weekend Diary, and we are reviewing the Ekiti 2026 governorship election. I have with me Barrister Rita Ilavere. I have also Honorable Victor Irewolede. I hope I'm getting this name. Yeah, I've been practicing it. Okay. Ilevare. Okay. All right. Before we went for that break, Honorable Victor, you mentioned that people were complaining, there were pockets of complaints, people who are dissatisfied, complaining of irregularities. Now, I want to ask you, part of the things that, I think I watched the man saying that there were vote buying, there were irregularities and all that. How can you respond to this?
Thank you, Amaka. You see, fortunately, the man in quote is from my maternal, because my mother is from Ilawe.
Okay.
So I'm very conversant with that terrain. Well, the governor has extended hand of fellowship to all who contestants.
Yeah.
He has visited Dr. Oluyede, whom have collaborated with the governor by giving him his assurance of support. And likewise, he has called Ambassador Bejide. And well, that is for that, for whom our governor is, because he's a lover of peace, and he embraces everybody. And he has said over and over that there is no winner, there is no vanquish. That his victory is a collective victory for democracy and for Ekiti, of which all the other contestants are part of Ekiti, and he has called them to come and join him in moving Ekiti forward as he has usual displays in the past. So, but well, I cannot but mention some of what I overheard. He was complaining about some of members of our political parties from Ilawe. He mentioned Senator Adaramodu, Makinde Araoye, Richard, the chairman of the local government, and all that, all that. Well, when I listened to him, I just laughed because I know that there is no how, no how. Someone, according to what my other colleague have mentioned, that there is no how everybody will be
Win at the
aspiring
same
to
time,
win.
yeah.
Aha. So, and when you eventually loses out of the race, then you will still want to find something as an excuse in order to buttress your
Grievances.
points or chances of winning an election that you are far far. Number one thing I want us to put in mind is that you look at the scores, you see that the disparity is so very high. So Ambassador Vejite scoring 12,000 plus, to Governor Yebanji scoring above 319,000 votes. So can you see even though if you want to go by the statistical analysis, you will see that it is far, far, far beyond what you can contest. Even if you are going to take, you are going to take up legal whatsoever, there are things that will be at the frame observation of the judicial panel. So it is far, far, it's only when the gap is minimal that you can have something to say, but not in such a wide range defeat. So now part of what he was complaining about, that there was intimidation and whatsoever, and everybody has been saying there is nothing of such. The election was so peaceful. No one was victimizing anybody. And by my understanding of what has transpired, you see all those politicians in Ilawe, their own base, they are always around. Senator Adaramodu is a serving senator. Makinde Araoye is always at Ilawe. He is a grassroots. He mobilizes. He relates with the people. Are you getting what I'm saying now? So now, Ambassador Vejide, he could be hearing me now. Anyone, he's always not since he was a former ambassador. But after which he has left, he has relocated to Canada. He's always at Canada. He always come back during the electioneering season. And I knew exactly when he came back for this one. I'm so very conversant with his terrain, where he lives in Nairo, in Ekute. I knew when he came back. So we all know that, we know all this because I too am a grassroots mobilizer. So I know this. So, those people, and it is about how you dress your bed. That's how you're going to lie on it. All these other politicians, they are on ground, they are home, and they are relating with the people. It's different from somebody who will just come overnight and say, I want to do this. And you have not been relating with the people. So do you think that the people that all those other politicians have been relating with now ignore them when it comes to election? So that is just why you saw the margin votes that Governor Yebanji has over all the other contestants. And meanwhile, Governor Yebanji himself is an home-based politician. He's always around. And that is even the pedigree through which he became, in the first place in 2022, that he became the party's candidate. And and you could see by the numerous work that he has done, his impactful governors, you will see that he has touched much of all those places that concerns Ekiti. So that is why his leadership was so very exceptional in terms of performance. And that very performance is what makes all the stakeholders to rally around him in order that he should continue. And the effect now has emanated in the last concluded election, knowing that Governor Yebanji is solidly on ground. That is just it.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, to you, Barrister Rita. I don't know if you listened to the people who were saying that there were irregularities. One of the points they were making was that there was vote buying. Did you hear that? Then from where you were as an observer, were there reports of vote buying?
Thank you very much. Immediately after the election, I was busy with my exam, so I've not been listening
to media. Okay.
But I was in the situation room from 7 p.m. till about 9 p.m. on that day. There was no report. I keep saying, from the over 200 observers deployed that reported that there was vote buying. However, observers reported that there was vote buying in the polling unit,
Okay.
around the polling unit. However, observers reported that after voting around the polling unit,
Yeah.
that they suspected.
Yeah.
But
They
as you
didn't
know, I
see.
am a lawyer.
Yeah, you
Suspicion
deal
does
with
not go-
evidence.
You deal with evidence. Suspicion does not go to, it goes to no issue in law. And both the observers that were deployed, they were specifically deployed to man voting
Unit,
voting
yeah,
units.
yeah, and
And
not
also
around the
the
unit.
security agents too were deployed to man and secure the vote. So they have no business to
Going
leave
to
the
people's
permanent
houses,
assignment
yeah.
for the day. We call that busybody in law. So there was none from those that we deployed that reported that vote buying took place around the polling unit. Being that as it may, on the issue of vote buying, I don't think that is INEC issue. I don't think that is security agents issue that I was specifically focusing on during this election. That was my own part of the job, to look at the conduct of security agents. I think it boils down to us as citizens as
Of Nigeria, yeah.
And like Yoruba people, we say, "Eja barawa we should speak with our, we should talk to ourselves. We should speak with ourselves. We should believe in the power of the ballot. There are two parties to this issue. One is buying and one is selling. If there is no, if there is no one on this other side, there will be none on the other side.
Yeah.
So if I am not willing to sell my vote, nobody can buy my vote. We should all have faith in the ballot box. And like from the result that INEC declared, the margins are so glaring. And in law, there is something that we always say: it's not enough for you to just say there is irregularity, there is vote buying. You have to be able to prove that the vote buying, that the irregularity affected the election substantially to your disadvantage. Law is not about emotions. If we take the result that INEC declared, for example, how do you want to prove that this margin, that it was because somebody bought votes that people did not even see, that is just suspected, for example, because our own observer did not see any vote buying around the polling unit. So I wouldn't know whether vote buying took place or not. But like I said, if it took place, it's not enough to say vote buying took place. You have to be able to prove that vote buying affected the outcome of the election significantly to your disadvantage, for anybody who wants to rely on that to be able to pull through in the law court.
All right, thank you very much. I am glad we have a lawyer in the house. Thank you for bringing that shade of light to the conversation. Yes, okay. Of vote buying. I was even about asking you. Okay.
Well, you see, the allegation of vote buying is just, to me, it's just like chasing the shadow.
Was there vote buying?
You know, let me just tell you something about, you know, they quoted it as vote buying. But for those who did marketing, economics, and all that, there is a kind of transaction that goes within buying and selling. Number one, there must be a mutual, you know, it doesn't necessitate maybe you know someone before you, approach the fellow to buy whatsoever you want to buy. And when you get to that place where you are going to buy, there will be a kind of marketing procedure. That how much are you selling? If it's what your capacity of negotiation, then you can go ahead and buy. And if it is not, then you have to leave, to vacate the place. So now, if all these people are, erroneously bringing all these allegations that they were vote buying, then where was the negotiation between the party and
the voters?
So they should come and substantiate this by their claim, and it goes beyond word of mouth. So they should be able to prove it beyond, like we have a lawyer, beyond reasonable doubt. So you have to come and prove this. And so, I just laughed and laughed. I saw some of the opposition, they flooded all this with allegations. I just discovered that all these are flimsy. Because Ekiti people have really made up their mind to vote Governor Biodun Abayomi Oyèbánjí, and that is the effect. Even though if there are people might even want to buy votes in the other hand, and people will collect their money and even vote against them. Are you getting what I'm saying? The scenario. So, but talk less, none of this has happened here. It's because the people love Governor Ibanji. That's why they have voted him. So, and there is no any, there is nothing like vote buying. Because in my own unit, there is nothing of such. So, fortunately, the chairman of the ADC in Oye local government is from my polling unit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's from my polling unit. So, and he cannot say that he saw me because I'm a leader of the party and even in my unit, and he cannot say that he saw me giving people money to vote. Even though I was sitting at the distance to where they are voting. So watching the process. So it's not as if maybe I was influencing anyone to go and vote. So since we have our agent represent, and the agents are with the security operative. So tell me where the buying and selling, the negotiation was going on between the voters and the respective party. So that is just it.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, yes.
For that clarification, there are two legs to the issue. It is not enough for you to say that there is vote buying if anybody wants to rely on that to pursue their claim. You must be able to establish that the buying of the vote substantially
affected you.
the outcome of the election to your disadvantage.
All right, thank you. Now you have talked like a lawyer. Let's talk as Nigerians who want better governance, we want better society. We know from what you just said that there was suspicion that there were vote buying. We also know, just like I didn't go to vote because I was on duty, but we heard that there were vote buying. But nobody can substantiate it, no picture, nothing and all that. If this is true, how is this going to affect our democracy? And why should we go on with it, even when law says you must have to come with evidences and all that to prove it, and how it affected the person adversely? But what we are saying is that vote buying is not okay. It's not going to help our democracy. Now we are talking because we just have to talk. It has happened, whether it happened or not, we don't even know. We don't have any evidence. But let's address it, that it is not good. Just like you said, that it's not the business of the INEC, it's not the business of the police. It's the citizens. They are the ones who sell their votes.
I have not said it's not the business of INEC or the business of the police. If
Okay.
it happened
Within the polling units on that day.
Expect INEC to leave the primary
Yes,
duty
to go and start pursuing
for
people.
police to leave the primary duty to go and start pursuing anybody. That's
Yeah.
why I said the issue of vote buying is a citizens issue. If vote buying is taking place, as citizens, we must enlighten ourselves. We must take a stand against vote buying. We have to root the culture of vote buying away. Then in any case, like
Honorable Victor, yeah.
the studio has said, well, there are even no research to suggest that this vote buy is swaying vote one way or the other, because we don't even know how people voted. People may have collected this money and they may not even vote the way we think that the person who gave them the money. So I don't even want us to overflow that, because I was in the situation room. Like you rightly said, there are no pictures, there are no evidence. So why are we dissipating our energy on a baseless allegation? If we have any evidence to show that on this particular election that happened, that vote buying took place, now we can be dissipating energy on that. But from where I was monitoring this election, none of our observers reported. They just said, after some very negligible fraction said at their polling unit, they noticed that when people finished voting, they moved towards
somewhere, yeah.
But not anything could have happened in that place. Those people could have been sitting down to be monitoring what is happening. Nobody, no video, no pictorial evidence, nobody said they saw money exchanging hands. So they are all rumors. I don't want to be dissipating energy on rumors, but being that as it may, citizens must come to know that your vote is your power. You don't have to sell your vote. You have to vote according to your conscience, vote according to whom you know has the capacity to represent you. And this also brings us to the issue of the fact that when we are preparing for election, those who are preparing to govern us, they should be able to tell us when they get there the difference that they will make, so that citizens can make informed decisions on who they want to vote for or who they don't want to vote for.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, Honorable Victor,
Yeah,
I think we have concluded it.
Let me just chip in
Okay.
to, order to crown it all. You see, in statistic, there is something they call sampling. Even in the court, the judge will ask each party to go and bring their evidences which stand as the sampling. Now, part of the sampling that we have in this, because like she said that all the individuals, officials that participated in the election, leader security, they have their schedules. I mean, the duty where they were being, they are being functional. So, the EFCC are saddled with the responsibility of anything that has to do with financial crime and so. And in one of our units where we recorded the highest number of votes, a single unit, is at Ijeru, the unit of former MHR Wumi Ogunlola.
Okay.
Where the EFCC were fully on ground there. And the woman still recorded over 500 votes in a unit alone, making one of the highest number. So are they now trying to tell us that, to substantiate that there was vote buying at that very unit where we have the presence of EFCC monitoring the exercise all through? That is just it. So they should go for clarification. The EFCC are there. They should get to the EFCC and ask if they were really there. So, and does that, limits the numbers of votes casted in that very polling unit? So all these are just propagandas that are being
anyway, it is still within
their
their judicial right to complain.
In addition to that, I think we should not just it's like we have this attitude in Nigeria that we always focus on the negative. I think we should focus on the positive outcome of this election.
Okay.
A lot has happened. I have been monitoring elections since Nigeria returned to democracy. In time past, you will see money. They will bring money to the polling unit. But none of that happened this time around.
Okay.
I think that's progress for democracy, and I think we have made a lot of progress. That even if you want to buy votes, you want to sell your vote, you can't do that within the radius of
the polling unit.
That's kudos to us. We are not yet there yet. It can be better. But from where we are coming from concerning election and vote buy in Nigeria, I think we have made a lot of progress.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. You know that it is an off-cycle election. I pray it replicates in the general election. All right. Thank you. Before I let you go, Honorable Victor, a jinx has been broken in Ekiti. Yeah. The first time we're having a governor back-to-back. Yeah. What can we say accounts for that?
Yeah, I've mentioned it. It is performance. That is just it. It's performance. Because Governor Yebanji is a man who don't just came in and dampled into the business.
Politics, yeah.
He's well prepared for it. So because you could remember that he was the secretary of the committee when they were creating Ekiti State. So that's why I said that having a round peg in a round hole is better than any caricature. So, Governor Beno Abayomi Yebanji is an experienced politician, an experienced secretary. He knew exactly where the shoe pinches. And that's why you see him going directly to all those channels. And that's why you see that he's being loved by all and sundry.
All right, thank you very much. Barrister Rita, you have been here for over 10 years. I think. Okay. Now, you just noticed this. We just all observed this, that there's a jinx that has been broken. How does that make you feel?
Well, it makes me, I would just like to say that it is good. There's going to be, of course, there's already consolidation, but there will be more consolidation and sustainability. Like he said, our amiable governor has been in the corridors of power learning. There was a time that the Department of Peace and Conflict organized a public lecture in honor of our Reverend Arev Babalola, and I did postulate that even for us women that we are saying where we want to come to the leadership position, that we should adopt the model of Governor Abayomi Oyebanji, the discipleship model. He has been there. If you follow his trajectory, so there is no better candidate at this time. He has followed. He has mastered the rudiment. I want to recommend that we women that want to go into public office, we should follow that discipleship model and ensure that we learn the rudiments of politics, the rudiments of political participation. I know with that we may be able to get women into political position, especially the position of governorship and president of this country.
All right. I want to say amen to that prayer. Is it a prayer? Thank you. All right, thank you very much. Okay, Honorable right, Victor, it's almost time for us to just leave here. You mentioned that Governor Oyebanji has extended olive hand to those who contested with him. I would like that you also use this opportunity to do same. Okay.
Well, I want to enjoin all our opponents in the last concluded gubernatorial election that they should come up and join and team up with Governor Biodun Oyebanji in order to move Ekiti forward. So the progress of Ekiti is our collective responsibility. So they should rise up to the expectation of doing so. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I want to sincerely thank you both, Barrister Rita Ilavere.
Thank you for
I got the name now.
It's always a delay. You got a variation of the name.
Oh. Ilavere. Okay.
But from the AI people, Ilavere.
All right, thank you. I will keep learning this name until I get it correctly. Barrister Rita is the Executive Director, Gender Relevance Initiative Promotion Group. Thank you for coming on Weekend Diary this morning. I also want to thank you, Honorable Victor Ire-Wolede, a full-time member, Urban Renewal Agency, Ekiti State. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me on this program.
All right, and that does it for us on Weekend Diary this morning. We want to sincerely thank everyone who stayed with us. Remember, you can always join us on Facebook, NTA Ado Ekiti Live. My name is Amaka Iwe. Good morning and happy weekend. See you next week, Saturday, 9:30 a.m. Goodbye.
NTA5 Ado Ekiti is the station people want to associate with. We move along with time in our various programs to make you aware and appreciate your environment. Is it our news of people, places and events? Variety of children's programs, entertainment such as drama and musicals, various religious programs, promotion of indigenous cultural values and sport galore. Name it.
This is the network service of the NTA.
How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining us on today's edition of the Medley Show. You know, once it's 1:30, then it is Medley o'clock. And as always, we're going to have a great time today. Today, we're going to poke your mind a little bit. So I'll start by telling you a little story. So imagine you're standing at the edge of a thick forest. I mean, you have somewhere to go in mind, but there's no map. no signpost, and there is no clear path to where you're going to. You take a few steps and then you realize someone has been there before. The grass is slightly bent, there are footprints on the ground, a branch has been tied to a tree as a marker. Suddenly, the journey doesn't feel impossible anymore. Those footprints don't carry you to your destination. They don't walk your journey for you, but they left clues for you to follow. And that's what mentorship is. It's someone living your life for you. It's someone who's walked the path before you, leaving signs, lessons, warnings, wisdoms for those coming behind. In a world where there's information everywhere and on the internet, there's literally everything they're looking for, do mentors still matter? Can guidance really change the direction of someone's life? And if success leaves clues, are we paying attention to them? Today on The Medley Show, we're exploring why success leaves clues, why guidance matters, and how mentors can help you navigate our own journey towards growth and purpose. That is going to be our focus on the show for today. My name is Tochi Eputa, and if you stick around for the next 1 hour, you're going to have fun with us and, of course, learn something, because I have amazing guests in the studio with whom I will be having that conversation. But you know where we always begin. It's time to head to the world of entertainment and find out what's buzzing. BuzzFeed is up next. Stay with us.
Socialite Cubana chief priest is trending again over the lingering paternity controversy. Social media has predictably turned it into one of the biggest gist topics online, with debates flying across platforms. Major players in Nigeria's entertainment industry recently met in Lagos for the Creative Entertainment Summit 2026, with discussions focused on the future of Afrobeats, Nollywood, digital content, and monetization. And finally, from breaking world records to becoming one of the faces of global excellence, Nigeria's own Hilda Bassi is back in the spotlight, and this time it's massive. The celebrity chef and entrepreneur has officially been named a Guinness World Records icon, further cementing her place as one of Africa's most influential young achievers. And that's it about for this week. Till next week.
Well, congratulations are in order to Hilda Bassi. It's not easy nailing icon for the Guinness World Records. I mean, she's left a lot of trail, which is part of what we'll be talking about today. I mean, there are young chefs, young people who want to be like Hilda Bassi, but she's making all the mistakes that you should make. So there are clues here and there, so you don't have to make the same mistakes, which is why mentorship is very, very important. Okay, so straight into our conversation for today. Let's start you all with a feature. We want to set the tone for our conversation, and then we'll have our guests dive into it. But before we get to them, this video is titled The Truth About Mentorship. Watch this and we will be right back.
Who is a mentor? At a point in life, everyone needs one. A mentor is more than just a teacher, boss, or advisor. According to Merriam-Webster, a mentor is simply a trusted guide or counselor, someone who uses their experience to help another person grow. But mentorship goes deeper than giving instructions. A mentor doesn't just tell you what to do. They help you see what you may not yet see in yourself. They challenge you, guide you, and sometimes ask the difficult questions that force growth. The word itself comes from Greek mythology. In Homer's Odyssey, Mentor was a trusted friend of Odysseus, left with the responsibility of guiding and teaching his son, Telemachus. Over time, the name became synonymous with wisdom, guidance, and trust. In simple terms, mentors help shorten the learning curve. They've made mistakes, learned lessons, and gained wisdom, so you don't have to start entirely from scratch. Leadership expert John C. Maxwell puts it this way: one of the greatest values of mentors is to see ahead what others cannot see and help them navigate a course to their destination. And mentors can be found everywhere: in business, in sports, in school, even at home. Sometimes your mentor can be a parent teaching life lessons, a senior colleague showing you the ropes, or even a friend whose wisdom helps shape your perspective. Media icon Oprah Winfrey once said, "A mentor is someone who allows you to see the hope inside yourself." That may be the real power of mentorship. Not control, not superiority, but empowerment. Because the best mentors don't create copies of themselves. They help people become the best version of what they already are. Young director Steven Spielberg captured it beautifully. The delicate balance of mentoring someone is not creating them in your own image, but giving them the opportunity to create themselves. At the end of the day, a mentor is someone who walks the journey for you. They simply shine on the path, so you can walk it better.
I miss the Nigeria I never met. The Nigeria with so much green and its Sokoto still wet. The Nigeria my parents talked about. I miss the Nigeria I never met. Nigeria whose granite pyramids make the engineers in Egypt wish they did it first. You see, our pyramids look like Everest. When farmers toiled the ground and found sweet rest, we all heard about that Nigeria. It had free food for lunch, tree fruits for brunch, mangoes and palm kernels felt like strawberries in the north. Days before power holding, we had tales by moonlight, before super stories, and now telenovelas are our stories. I remember the days when 150 kobo make the big boys. You see, in nursery school, local sweets and candies were my rush at the sound of the bell. But you see, apart from the kobo, I miss the koboko. Days when children feared the stick or a cane, fear the koboko and spoil the child, so I heard about the days of Abacha. But I miss the day of J.J. Okocha, a name we all love forgetting our ethnicity and difference, them Kanu Wanko. I remember when all you needed was a broom buried in your hair or cross finger to play the game. Rabadede. I remember the days of our men, Safa Balewa, Nnamdi Azikiwe, and yes, he's my favorite of them all. Because he was born from the north. He was born in the north, schooled in the west, but hailed from the east. A lot of us are like him, Hausa men who love banga and fufu, Yoruba men who love kuka and kalkashi. You see, despite our differences, we don't have another word for Nigeria. Though our accent and dictions might be different, but Nigeria will still be Nigeria. So I'm not saying flog out the demon from every demon-possessed child, but in our difference there's beauty. See, Africa is a shooting gun, but they said Nigeria is still its trigger. So let's dance to the songs of peace. One nation under God is still our melody. Our harmony destroying hegemony, embracing that cultural diversity, because surprise you to know that a single bolt and not can keep an entire engine moving. So it's time we stop playing dead and start moving, because we know that I believe in people, I believe in Nigeria, I believe in a better change, but most importantly, I believe in you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Word. That was a lot of words from the spoken word artist, Word. Ooh, that's a lot of rhyme there. That did take us, like you said, you in Nigeria, you never met. I met in Nigeria. I met every bit of that Nigeria you mentioned in that spoken word. But thank you so much for that. Okay, time now to meet my amazing guest today. We're still talking success leads. But I'll also go ahead to quickly open our phone lines. The number should be on your screen so that you can send your messages where you think of mentorship, and we get to read them on the show. Okay, first up is Dr. Ayobami Olubenga Wise. He is a people development professional and an executive coach. Welcome to the Medley Show again.
Super excited to be here.
Okay, super excited to have you. Yeah. Oh, I wish I had a bell. I should ring you a second time. Yeah, so we should ring a bell for you. And sitting next to him is engineer Idris Bilal Bala. He is the founder and convener of May Youth Hub. Welcome to the Medley Show.
Thank you very much.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
This is your first time on the show.
Yeah, this is my first time.
But you look like you've been here before. Like you feel very relaxed already. I like that. Okay, so today we're talking success leaves clues. We want to look at mentorship. If young people still value mentorship, mentorship is still a thing. I mean, we live in a world where, excuse me, we live in a world where people are watching podcasts on YouTube, people have watching different content online, you're reading stuff, but there was a time when physical mentors were there. I'm not saying that is not important. So today I want to talk about the clues that successful men and women have left, and if they're relevant, and if young people are towing that path. I mean, the feature that we watched talked about people making those mistakes so that you don't have to make the same mistake, and they guide you on the right path. So let's quickly get into that. So let me start with a very cliche question, Dr. Abayomi. Who is a mentor? What is mentorship?
All right. First off, a mentor is someone who becomes a model, you
Right.
know, for as many people, anyone to want to follow. Becomes like a picture of possibility.
Right.
And of course, mentorship means, you know, getting to be held by a hand and of course, taken on a journey such that it's a journey that the mentor has traveled, but I may be going through it, you know, anew.
Right.
So mentorship is having that privilege to be held by the hand by
Of someone
someone
else.
who knows exactly, like they always say, you know, follow person
Best
with
way
sabi-
road, exactly.
More like
And
it.
you are a certified mentor yourself. Let me ask you this. Looking back at your journey, can you identify one person whose guidance changed your life?
Absolutely. It's like right now, talking about the amazing Richmond Dio Johnson, RDJ, as it's called. I mean, it was someone who pointed me in the right direction in terms of communication, public speaking, and then, of course, you know, navigating the path of coaching, mentorship, and all of that. It was someone who I just saw, and I felt as if our philosophies actually clicked.
Aligned,
And
right.
exactly, and then and then there's something about mentor. A mentor knows when, you know, there's some kind of connection, you know, that's another thing. And he spotted that too as well, and was willing to just take me by the hand and say, let's go on the journey together.
Fantastic. And I'd like to say he did a good job. So, Idris, you work with a lot of young people, which means you were mentored by someone and now you're passing down the same thing that you learned to other young people. So what's one lesson you've learned from a mentor that you are now passing on to others?
First of all, thank you very much for having me once again. One great lessons I think I've learned over time that I would love to also pass over has been the fact that a lot of people don't actually believe in themselves. They just believe I can just do it alone, not knowing that in life you just have to ensure that you walk towards a path. And for me personally, as someone who has always been active when it comes to youth development, and when I was in the university, I was always being